of monster are you? The Wolverine.
Hey, true believers. Welcome to Heroes for Hire Comic Club channel. This is the Sunday Super Show Extravaganza. Without any further ado, let me bring on one of my trusty co-hosts and good friend, Flat Earth Santa.
Hey, everybody. Happy Easter, everybody.
Yep. Happy Easter. Happy Passover.
Everybody, happy Easter. But Christmas is still the best. Telling you now. Telling you. Christmas, Santa. Ah!
And he is absolutely right. Before we get started here, I want to do a little thing. I'm going to make a video for this and put it on Instagram. Well, there goes that. All right. Hold on. One catastrophe after another today. But okay, almost got them all. As soon as I tried to pick them up, I dropped them all. All right. We're going to be doing okay, I got them. Now they're all upside down and turned around. Hold on. We got a giveaway coming up. I'm going to do another, it's going to be a 400 subscriber giveaway. I'm at 358 right now. So if I can find out if I get all these books in the right order and going upside down. Okay, here we go. So let me make myself big. We got a comment here. Let's see who's here. Hi, I'm one of us. How you doing? So I got a big 400 subscriber. I'll probably clip this part out so we can, do a promo video for it. But I'm going to do a 400 subscriber giveaway. I'm at 358 right now. And it's going to be a pretty good giveaway. I'm going to give all these away to one lucky subscriber. We're going to make it a subscriber only stream though. So, we don't have no like hangers on just coming in and showing up for the, we'll make it like only subscribers can. Happy Easter, Pilsner. How you doing? Yeah, everybody. Yeah, I love giveaways too. That's why I like to give them because I've been winning a lot lately. So here's the giveaway. One person gets all these books. So we'll see what you think. We got Uncanny X-Men 261. It's the first appearance of Hardcase and the Harriers. So it's a minor key. We have Alice Ever After #2. This is an Adam Hughes cover. Black Widow. I don't know what number it is. It says legacy number. Oh, I don't know what. It doesn't matter. All you need to know is it's an Adam Hughes cover of Black Widow. Then you got Howling Commandos of S.H.I.E.L.D. #1. Hyde Street #1. Ghost Machine. You got an Extreme Venomverse #3 Peach Momoko variant. We got Tom King's Tales of the Human Target, book 1. Pretty cool book. It's like a James Bond type thing. We have Guardians of the Galaxy #1. I don't know what volume that is, but it's a #1. We got Amazing Spider-Man Legacy 794, and it's a West Coast Avengers variant. From Dynamite, we have Savage Tales #1. It's a cosplay variant. Woohoo, hubba, hubba, hubba. Then we got Extreme Venomverse #5, and it's got a Venomized Jeff the Land Shark and a Venomized Kaiju. So there you go for that. And we'll end it with some Alex Ross. You get these beautiful Alex Ross covers of Justice #8, Justice #11, Justice #12, and Marvel's #2. So I don't know. What do you think, Glenn? Not a bad giveaway. Not a bad giveaway.
No, it's a good haul.
That would be a
cool
good
stuff.
gift for someone. So there you go. So just tell your friends, tell your brothers, tell your sister, tell your doctor. If you're getting a proctology exam, turn around and tell them, subscribe to Heroes for Hire Comic Club. Or don't. I don't do that. It might be awkward. It's already awkward enough getting a prostate exam. All right.
Yes.
All right. Well, without any further ado, we're going to start out with new Comic Book Day previews for the upcoming week of 4/23/25. Happy Easter, everybody. So here we go. Let's share the screen for this. I get all my information from Legion of Comic Geeks. So if you want to check it out, it always tells you what's coming up in the upcoming months and weeks. Let's see what we can do here. I'll give it a second to catch up. You know, it takes a minute for it to show up. There we go. And we're not going to cover everything. Yeah. Hey, Space Case, how you doing? Yeah, happy Easter to you too. I am one of us. All right, let's get going. We got Batman Hush Part 2, 159. Batman 159. This is Hush Part 2. This is the second installment of Hush Part 2. We have several, like 9 variants or 8 variants. You got look at this April Fool's one though, Glenn. Look, Joker like on his binoculars, and his eyes are green and red.
Yeah,
kind of goofy. I don't think I'm getting that one though. There's the version variant for Hush Part 2. We got to get Simone Bianchi. I like this one right here. Midtown Comics, David Nakayama. I think he's been doing like a connecting cover, but anyway, there you go. Wonder Woman, Absolute Wonder Woman, number 7. So we got 3 variants for that. 3 or 4. Yeah, 4 variants. Most of them are just variations. They're kind of weird. I don't really like any of those. All right. Martian, Absolute Martian Manhunter, number 2. Kind of a freaky series. I heard some people like it, but I'm not really getting any. I don't know about you, Glenn. I just really like that stuff, you know.
I haven't liked the Absolute much. So.
I didn't either. I just like Batman, like regular Batman and Superman, you know. We have Superman issue 25. We got some, I think I got this variant ordered. I'm starting to pick up it again. Joshua Williams is writing Superman, and it's pretty good. I mean, if you like new comics, a lot of people don't like them anymore. But and you know what? That's their fault because they drove people away. But that's a conversation for another day. We've had that conversation plenty, haven't we, Glenn?
Yep, too many times.
X-Men issue 15. Gail Simone, I think, is writing this. Or no, this is the one Jed McKay's writing. There's 6 variants for this one. I don't like these Garuso variants. It's like he's trying to copy Scotty Young.
That Juggernaut looks weird.
Yeah, I know. And also the Cyclops one. He looks a little extra beefy there, don't he?
Yeah.
I don't like those. I don't feel the art on that. Got issue 6 of Justice League Unlimited. Here, I had to keep checking the chat. I like the Zerdy one. It's cover C. Got a Mark Spears for cover D. I tell you what, some of these variant covers for Justice League Unlimited they've been killing it. I think even like the cover B, the Bermejo is pretty cool.
Yeah, that Zerdy looks cool though.
Yeah, that Zerdy one's the way to go. Is that Dr. Light on the left? I know that's Martian Manhunter's niece.
I could be. I haven't been reading it, so I've got no idea.
Yeah, I have no idea either. If anybody in the comments knows, anybody in the chat, is that Captain? Is that Dr. Light or whatever you call her name? Anyway, keep going on. We got Ultimate Black Panther number 15. I kind of stopped at issue 10. I kind of regret it because I kind of want to know what happens, but I can't afford to get everything. And there's some of the variants for that. You got One World Under Doom. There's a cool one for this one, I think, as a Del Otto or Phil Noto. The Phil Noto variants of 1 in 25 looks cool. And I'm getting this one right here, though, Glenn, the Gabriel Del Otto. Mm-hmm. That's the one I ordered. I think that's one of the best ones. They got another one with the dinosaur on it, which I already have one, so I thought I'd get if I see that Del Otto's done something, I usually get it. If it's an option and there ain't no other better option. Okay. Amazing Spider-Man issue 2 already out. It seems like it was yesterday. Issue 1 came out. And of course, there's going to be a bunch of Gwen Stacy, Black Cat, and Mary Jane variants. Because if I'm being honest with you, that's the only way you can get people to buy this comic is they get Michael Lisner and Ivan Tavara and Pablo Villalobos to do it. But there's some nice variants. But I mean, the inside of it's what counts, and it's not great. But that Michael Lisner one, it looks like it's an exclusive to a store, though, or a comic company, unfortunately. So that one's going to be
hard to find. Yeah, it doesn't say what it's exclusive to.
Yeah, the Talavera is 616, so that'll be like a $30 comic.
Yep.
I'm sure. So that's unfortunate. So but I'll tell you what, you wait enough time, you'll get one on Whatnot for like $5 or $1.
Oh yeah,
This is the way it
they'll
goes.
be in Ron's show.
Yeah. And we got Avengers issue 25. There's going to be a first appearance in this issue. I'm really enjoying this story. This is the one I pre-ordered, was the Captain Marvel, Luciano Vecchio. I've been getting the Vecchio ones, I don't know. I kind of like the art on that. Although the art on the A cover is not too bad. But I get the cover A's usually on that too. We got Green Arrow issue 23, Green Lantern issue 22, Flash issue 20, J. Scott Campbell cover for Magic number 4. I'm sure there's a Peach Momoko variant. I think the cover A is the one I would stick with because it's J. Scott Campbell and I collect that. We got G.I. Joe issue 6. This is the G.I. Joe that's connected to the Transformers Energon universe thing. So all the universes are colliding. And we got this great Ivan Talavera 616 variant here. We got a Clayton Crane. That Clayton Crane's pretty nice. Derek Chew, Lorenzo Del Bellici. He also does the covers for Void Rivals. Ooh, I like this one. Look at this one. This cover E. Travis Moore, 1 in 25. Looks pretty cool. And look here, it's a Transformer on the Daniel Warren Johnson variant, 1 in 50. That one's going to be a hot one, probably. Everybody, Daniel Warren Johnson and Mark Spears are kind of like, look here, he says, $5 whole. Last show, I was almost 400 books for $150. So that's pretty wild. All right, let's continue. Yeah, it's crazy. It'd be like maybe $2, maybe $1. We'll get $1 a pull, right? $1 a pull, Pilser. All right, here we're going on. We're going to continue here to X-Force issue 10. They got 2 variants for that. Yeah, they kind of look like shit. Harley Quinn, number 50. There's always at least 10 variants for that one. Ooh, look at this 616 Zerdy foil with a tattooed ivy. Sexy. But here's the one right here. This Lucio Perillo connecting foil variant. Look at this shit. 616. That's pretty hot. Cover B is a David Nakayama. Pretty cool. Look, they got her in the little schoolgirl outfit. Here we go. Another David Nakayama with the Joker, Mr. J. What's up, Mr. J? Got Deadpool Wolverine issue 4. Couple of variants there. Nothing really to write home about. Gunslinger Spawn number 42. Okay, we got Predator versus Spider-Man number 1. That's some pretty cool covers for that, I guess. Power Fantasy number 8 from Image. Also from Image, we have Bug Wars number 3. It's written by Jason Aaron. It's pretty fun. This kid, it's like, if you remember Sword of the Atom, where the Atom is like, he's out and he gets shrunk down. He's in basically fighting bugs and stuff. It's like that. This kid gets shrunk down and he's fighting the war in the backyard. He's like an inch tall or whatever. So it's pretty cool. It's Jason Aaron's writing it. Jason Aaron's a pretty good writer. All right. Next up, we got Eddie Brock Carnage number 3. Yeah, Eddie Brock is the new Carnage. It's kind of weird, but this Mike Mayhew 1 in 25 looks pretty dope. If you were going to get it, I really collect that stuff. We got Assorted Crisis Events number 2 from Image. I've heard it's good, but I don't know much about it. Next up, we have Green Lantern Dark number 4. And then we have Superman, The Last Days of Lex Luthor number 3. Power Girl number 20. Got this is what I'm interested in getting. You can see I got it highlighted. Medieval Spawn number 1. The sketch cover is a Todd McFarlane black and white variant. That's the one I want. I hope to get it. We got Minor Arcana number 6 from Boom. Werewolf by Night number 9 from Marvel. One variant for that. Metamorpho the Element Man number 5. We got Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man number 5. Sabretooth the Dead Don't Talk number 5. Epitaph from the Abyss number 10. I think this series is coming to an end. There's some variants for that. That's just kind of wild. They're bringing EC Comics back. It's kind of fun. Anyway, let's continue. Witchblade, issue 10 from Image. Also from Image, we have Universal Monsters, The Mummy, number 2. Rat City 13 from Image Comics. That's a Spawn Burst comic. New Champions, number 4 from Marvel. From DC, we have Peacemaker Presents Vigilante Eagly Double Feature, issue 2. That's a mouthful to say. Let me get a drink of water, guys. Right. We got Turtles, Masters of the Universe / the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles of Grayskull, issue 4 from Dark Horse. That's a lot to say, and that's interesting. So we got Turtles with a He-Man. That's kind of interesting. What do you guys think of that? That's kind of weird. Kind of fun, I guess. Hornsby and Halo, issue 6 from Image Ghost Machine. From IDW, we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Saturday Morning Adventures, issue 24. From Vault Comics, Lilith, issue 3. Marvel Comics, Infinity Watch, number 4. We'll skip that one. Nobody really cares about that. Star Trek 31 from IDW. We have G.I. Joe, Real American Hero, Roadblock, number 1, silent issue. I got this one pre-ordered. They're doing like a tribute to all the silent issue in issue 21. So they've got about 4 or 5. They already released the Jinx silent issue and the Beachhead silent issue. So it's kind of fun. And then we got, this one's called Dust to Dust, number 5 from Image Comics. The guy in the back looks like Burt Reynolds. Look at him with that mustache. Look, he's getting ready to hop into Trans Am and do some driving. We got Dark Horse Comics presents Cyberpunk 2077 Psycho Squad, number 3. From Dark Horse, we have Black Hammer Spiral City, number 5. Oni Press Out of Alcatraz, number 2. Let's kind of skip past these. I want to go with some stuff I really want to talk about. Uncanny X-Men, issue 134, facsimile edition. Here's the Rob Liefeld Deluxe, Youngblood Deluxe or whatever. And it's got a few covers. He's like doing a deluxe edition of his first, I guess it's like, I don't know. And we got Absolute Batman 1/6 printing. That book's been popular, even though I don't like it at all. And what else? We got Godzilla 7th Anniversary Foil. That's pretty cool. And we got a Brave and the Bold 60 facsimile. Star Wars Insider. Okay. What else we got here? I'm trying to see if there's anything else worth noting. Grim Fairy Tales, Once Upon a Time, End of Time. And we got some nice variants for that. I like that stuff. Zenoscope does some pretty sexy women covers. Okay, we got a lot of fourth prints of Absolute stuff. Archie Jumbo. There's a foil for the Brave and the Bold 60 facsimile. Okay, I think that's about it. So there you go. That was the new comic book day previews for the week. Next segment we have is called New Key Issues. And these are new upcoming key issues that are coming out on New Comic Book Day on Wednesday. I get the information from Key Collector the Key Collector app. All right, let's share this one. I'll share the screen again. Right, there we go. Let's give it time to come up there, and we'll go through the new keys of the week. This is usually a short segment, you know. I think here we go. Let's go in here. This is the new comics this week. New key issues. Absolute Manhunter, Martian Manhunter number 2 from DC. There's the cover. Kind of weird, kind of like abstract art, I guess. First appearance of the White Martian. And that's a new book, so there's not really nothing to worry about the prices. Avengers issue 25. There's the A cover for Avengers 25. I've been collecting this one. I have all the issues of this. And it will be the first team appearance of the new Masters of Evil. It's also a tie into One World Under Doom. We have Batman 159. This is the continuation of the Hush story arc. Awesome Jim Lee art. It's Jim Lee and Jeff Loeb, Scott Williams, and Alex Sinclair working on this book. The same team he always worked with back then. All right. Next up, we have Captain Planet number 1. The only reason it's a key is because it's the first issue. That's a Mark Spears cover. pretty cool. I wasn't really into Captain Planet. I always thought Captain Planet was freaking lame. Harley Quinn issue 50. You got Harley with a giant brain trying to crush her. And this will be the first team appearance of Gun Buddies. Get ready to meet the Gun Buddies. Bang, bang, bang. Introducing the soon-to-be DC Comics sensation, the Gun Buddies. They love each other almost as much as they love guns. Take it from me. Everybody wants a piece of Harley Quinn, including my own brain. Can the clown queen of crime, me, dodge assassination attempts, navigate the responsibilities of being part of a neighborhood party planning committee, and come to terms with my own super ego, all in time not to have a surprise aneurysm all over the floor of my favorite bodega? That's interesting. All right, next up we have this is another key issue. I don't know why they call it a key. It's Justice League Unlimited Part 6 or issue 6. We Are Yesterday crossover. I don't really care about that. This one's called Medieval Spawn. We talked about this earlier, and the series takes place during the Middle Ages. It's the first team appearance of the Hell Knights. And then we have New Champions issue 4. And this is going to be the origin of Gold Tiger. I guess that's Gold Tiger right there. I don't really know Gold Tiger, but there you go. We got One World Under Doom 3, and this is a One World Under Doom story arc, main story. That's really not a key in my opinion, but then we got this one, the first appearance of Skinner, a Predator, and Predator versus Spider-Man #1. So that, I guess, the first appearance of a new Predator. This one, Spawn, Rat City 13. And the key facts on this one are the comic shops were instructed by the distributor to sell this issue for $2.99 despite a printing error with a $3.99 price tag on it. Interesting. So it might be an error. Like, what do you think? I don't know. Some kind of minor error. It probably won't be worth much. Now we have X-Men issue 15. Jed McKay's writing that, as we said earlier. And it's going to be the first full team appearance of a group called 3K. I think they're kind of like another version of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, maybe. Basically, they're just ripping that off. And this doesn't have any key facts, must just be because it's like a Capcom variant. But I don't know why anybody wants that shit because he looks awful odd in that one. I don't know why that's going to be a hot book.
Cliff wants to send him the link.
Okay. Who?
Cliff.
Oh, okay. 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 Give me a minute and we'll work it out.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you didn't interrupt. I was finished anyway. That was the last one. Okay, Cliff, I'm sending it right now. If I can find out, I got to find. Let me get my phone out and we'll get right to it. Hold on. Let's see here. Okay. Okay, I'm a little bit slow, so just give me a minute. I think I got it. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, Cliff. There you go, Cliff. I just sent it to you, Cliff. And I'll wait for you before I go to the next segment. While we got this time, we're waiting on Cliff. I will do a little advertisement for my show tomorrow at noon Eastern tomorrow. We have another episode of Bad Cinema where we review another B movie, and we will be reviewing Death Race 2000. If you missed the screening today, I did for Death Race 2000 in my Discord. I will drop the link to my Discord individually. Just send me a message on Instagram because we've had a few infiltrations going on, so we're not going to do that anymore. And then we got Bub's World will be on Comic Conversations Tuesday at 8:30. And we have somebody knocking on the door here. So I got to play my little video.
Knock, knock.
Hey, Cliff. How you doing? I saw you knocking on the camera.
Really, Cliff? A shotgun? That's how you come in?
Yeah, man, that's not cool, bro. Not
Okay,
cool.
Glenn, I want you to think about me, and I want you to expect nothing less.
Okay, I see. So is that a threat or a promise?
Well, like, hey, Cliff
It
always
depends. Are
say,
you on my naughty list or are you on my naughty list?
hey, Cliff's like,
I don't want to know.
Cliff would be like the Miley Cyrus song. I came in like a wrecking ball.
Kind of true. Kind of true. Actually,
Okay,
if anyone wants to do a deep mix of Wrecking Ball, Ping Pony Club, I mean that's great. That's an
works for
anthem.
me. Works for me. All right. Well, I'm glad you showed up, Cliff. I appreciate it, man. But you're in time for our next segment, which is called My Variant Picks, Variant Covers of the Week. This is like my personal opinion.
Of course.
And I don't know. One of them I'm not really happy with the pick, but it's too late to change it now, so we're just going to go with it. First one up, we have this one. This is from I guess it's Batman 158. I just thought it was cool with the profile. You know, they got, I guess that's Oracle, right?
Yes.
Commissioner Gordon. You got Soups, and it must be like a wraparound or like a
no, it's a connecting cover.
Okay, see, I should have put it on there.
They'll all come together to give you the entire cast of the first Hush.
Okay. Next one up, I had to pick this one, even though it's like an exclusive. We got the Perillo Harley Quinn that just looks just like Margot Robbie almost.
Yeah.
We have the and I kind of try to, even though I try to steer away from the exclusives because I like to show stuff that like people can actually get, but sometimes they get on here. Then the Justice League Unlimited. Is that Dr. Light on the left, Cliff?
No, that's Star Sapphire.
Oh, Star Sapphire. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's Martian Manhunter's niece, right?
Niece, quote unquote. Yes, Ms.
Niece.
Martian.
Yeah. Although we found out she wasn't really his niece when in Young Justice, which I love that cartoon, by the way.
But no, because in the regular universe, she just showed up and was like, "Oh, I'm his cousin, of course." And they're like, "You're a white Martian." She goes, "I am, but I promise you, I'm a good one."
Yeah.
And like the show, he actually vouched for her being his niece. So there's the difference. And then of course, you know how comics are. No one they quickly soon after she was introduced, there was a reboot. No one thought of her at all. No one addressed her. Then Rebirth came. And it's like, okay, the cards are coming back on the table, folks.
The next one we got is Mark Spears Monsters. I think it's a cover C.
Hexy
the Witch. She looks pretty well endowed. Next one is one of those Lucio Vecchio.
Oh my God.
I just love this Captain Marvel. I think it's really, I've been loving the art on these. I've been collecting all the Avengers ones. I got the Sam Wilson one coming soon. And the next one was this G.I. Joe one. I think it's Perillo. She's looking a lot like Liv Morgan there, if you ask me.
Yep.
Then I had to get this. This is the one I ordered, and this is, by the way, this is just my personal opinions on this stuff. So, just take it for what it's worth. The One World Under Doom issue 3, a Gabriel Dell'Otto variant. I just like Dell'Otto. I think it looks.
And a lot of people do.
And then they got the Medieval Spawn sketch variant by McFarlane. And then this is kind of Spears heavy. I think Bruce has been a bad influence on me. I got Red Sonja versus Army of Darkness. That's the Spears variant. Of course, you know how Dynamite is. There's like 16,000 variants of this cover. And then we have another one by Spears. This is I don't know why I put this one on here, but I'm not happy with this one. I could have picked another. I think I could have picked a better one, but there you go. That's the variant covers of the week. Now we're going to get into the fun stuff because I think it's the fun stuff. The next segment we do on this show, the trending 20 comics of the week per Key Collector app. I need to get another picture though. It's got watermarks on it. I'm just too lazy to pay for stuff, or too cheap. I mean, here we go. Let's share the screen here, guys. All right. Give it a minute to warm up. You know how it is on StreamYard. There we go. Now I got to change this though. We got to go back. That's the key issues of the week. All right, here we go. Where are we at? Trending 20. There we go. Let's get into it. First, I haven't looked at the list today. I didn't have time. First one on the list is Fantastic Four 280. And of course, this is when Sue Storm became Malice, right?
Yes.
Am I still in the okay? You're right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So right there. It's it's only about $4 high. You can get this in a dollar bin. So if you want this book, it's out there. Don't pay $10 for it on eBay for God's sakes. We got Uncanny X-Men 281. Hey, I got this cover. It's the first appearance of Trevor Fitzroy. There's been a 369% increase in copies sold. And it was, of course, a wraparound cover. I have this comic. It always makes me happy when I'm like, I own that one. Okay, it's on the trending list for some reason. The next one we have, and there's been a 280% increase in copies sold this week versus the previous week after C2E2. Exclusive brought attention to this recently released issue. This is Godzilla versus America, Godzilla versus Chicago.
Chicago's got enough problems. How is Chicago supposed to stand up to Godzilla? They got enough problems as it is.
You know what, though? Godzilla better watch it on the south side, though. You know what I'm saying? It could be pretty tough. All right. It's about $12. Going for $12, and the price is trending up. The next one is what we call an evergreen book. This is like a blue chip book. Fantastic Four 48. First appearance of Silver Surfer. First cameo of Galactus. Look at this. Yep. Classic Kirby goodness. High grade's about 4K. Mid grade's about 12. Let's put it this way. Even in a low grade, you're still going to pay about $400 for this book. And there's been a 275% increase in copies sold because the premiere of the new Fantastic Four First Steps trailer, of course, which I have mixed feelings about. Exquisite Corpses from Ashcan from Image Comics. Preview of Exquisite Corpses distributed by Emerald City Comic Con. Comic Pros. There's been a 204% increase in copies sold this week as marketing kicks into full gear for this upcoming title and trading card game. Okay, so there's going to be like a trading card. If there's like a trading card game, there's usually going to be like, you know what I mean? Like the gamers that don't even buy comics will start buying this.
Very likely.
Like $40 in a high grade. Okay. Now more Fantastic Four. Just a Galactus appearance. That's the only key facts about it. It's Fantastic Four 210. It's because it's a Galactus cover. And it's probably because, the trailer dropped. We got to see Galactus walking down the street, right? We saw his feet, right? All right. Next one on the list is I'm the proud owner of this book. This is the first ongoing series published, Godzilla series published in the U.S. market. Godzilla, King of the Monsters #1. Thanks to Flat Earth Santa, I have a copy of this. Right. High grade is about $85. Mid grade about $25, and low grade is about $10. And it says there's been 188% increase in copies sold this week, and it's probably because of all the Godzilla crossovers. I'm assuming. So, next up on the list. Oh, I've been wanting this book for a long time, guys. Superman versus the Amazing Spider-Man Treasury Edition.
Treasury.
1976, the year I was born. That's why I want this book. Another reason, but I love these two characters.
Wait a second. You were born in 76?
Yeah.
You're 2 years older than me?
Yeah, I'm 48, but I was born on September 7th, 1976.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go.
And there you go. The high grade's about $325. You can get a low grade copy, which is more my jam, for $30. Mid grade for about $90. This is the first official crossover of characters from Marvel and DC Universe. And another blue chip book right on the time. Here we go. Amazing Spider-Man issue 50, the first appearance of Kingpin, Wilson Fisk. Iconic John Romita Jr. cover. And story includes the iconic interior panel of Peter Parker walking away from his Spider-Man suit that is discarded in a garbage can, which they showed they kind of did a tribute to in Spider-Man Part 2, I think. 186% increase in copies sold this week. It's because, Kingpin, they just did the finale of Daredevil. First appearance of Shia LaBeouf as Silver Surfer, Earth X, issue 12.
Yeah.
And this is about a $40 book at a high grade, 175% increase in copies sold. And of course, Julia Garner has been cast as Shallow Ball, who will be a female version of Silver Surfer. And the internet has exploded in arguments about it ever since.
Pretty much.
The next one is Silver Surfer number 1, 1968. This is a big boy book, big girl book, big boy book, however you want to look at it. Silver Surfer number 1, first solo ongoing Silver Surfer series. Origin of Silver Surfer, Origin of the Watchers, first appearance of Shallow Ball. 150% increase in copies sold. I don't have to get into it. You know why this book is on the list. Last of Us, I know why this book's on the list. The show just came back, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
The Last of Us, American Dreams, number 1 from Dark Horse Comics, 2013. 127% increase in copies sold this week versus the previous week, following the premiere of season 2. Omega Man, issue 3. This is the first appearance of Lobo. Of course, Jason Momoa. Mr. Khaleesi himself, and Aquaman will be playing Lobo. There was a fake AI-generated picture of him on the set that came out this week that caused a little stir. Then everybody realized it was fake. High-grade copy is about $100. And you can find a lower-grade one for about $10, $15, I'm assuming. But good luck finding that on eBay. All right, but 122% increase in copies sold. Next one on the list is because of the Daredevil movie. TV show. Daredevil, Man Without Fear. First battle between Daredevil and the Punisher. There's been a 113% increase in copies sold. And high grade, this book goes for about $25. Now I need to take a drink of water. Sister Imperator, number 1. I missed out on this book. It's going to be hard to find now. Dark Horse. It looks interesting. $12 in a high grade. This is the origin of Sister Imperator. There's been a 113% increase in copies sold after the release of issue 2. Here's a book I know that Glenn has. This is the first appearance of Annihilus, ruler of the Negative Zone, and first appearance of Franklin Richards as an unnamed infant. King size annual number 6. $525 in high grade. You get a low grade copy for about $50. And of course, it's called Fantastic Four. I have this book, I'm proud to say. Daredevil, the Man Without Fear, issue 184. There's a funny letter in the back of here where people are getting mad at Frank because he killed Elektra off. So if you have this book, read the letters at the end of it. It's very entertaining. First team up of Punisher and Daredevil. Well, didn't it say that before? Oh, okay, never mind. All right, so there's been 107% increase due to the show. And here's one I'm proud to say.
Also, I want you to keep in mind, there's the first time they meet and the first time they team up. And those are two very different circumstances.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. You got a good point. I ordered this one too. This is the variant for Wolverine 8. It's Daniel Warren Johnson, the cover. This is an extra.
I think people made too much.
A giant-sized issue, if you will. You might be right. It's already sold out on my comic shop. So
yeah, but people made too much of this.
I know they kind of gush over it. I think it's because Daniel Warren Johnson. It might be because Daniel Warren Johnson doesn't do a lot of work for Marvel.
Yeah,
so I guess
sure, but
they want to.
And it's a neat cover. It's a neat cover. I'll say that. But damn.
And it's a double-sized issue, so it's like almost like a giant-sized issue. It's like a Legacy number 400 in the run of Wolverine. And I kind of just have to keep my Wolverine run going anyway, All right, so we're moving on. This one just blew up out of nowhere. Alexander Lozano variant for Summer of Superman Special number 1. Thanks to Sandman, I have procured a copy of this. I don't know, because you know me, I fall right on the bandwagon, Cliff. Every time, I can't help it. But it's a cute picture, but I don't know. Anyway, look like she had a little reduction surgery there. Sister Imperator number 2. Already $30 for this? Whew, I missed the boat on that one, but, I don't know. I just like the cover. And you know what? I buy enough covers because it's got a good-looking woman on it, so I don't need any more. This is part of a 4-issue limited series. So there you go. That's the trending 20 comics of the week. All right. Hey, Kenneth, How you doing,
With
Kenneth?
that Wolverine, it kind of gives me a little bit of Sam Keith vibes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. And then we got another little segment we call the Hot 10 Comics of the Week. And let me share I should have just kept it up there, but I sure didn't do that, did I? All right. All I'm doing, guys, is making more work for myself. All right. Bring this up real quick. There we go. Hot 10. Oh, we get through this one a little quicker. Usually there's some bigger books on this list. Coming at number 10, we have Green Lantern, issue 59. First appearance of Guy Gardner. Okay, wait a minute. Is it not showing up yet? Oh, there it is. All right. I'm just making sure I wasn't reading something you couldn't see. This is the first appearance of Guy Gardner, Hal Jordan's Green Lantern backup. It says, "Get off this earth, Hal Jordan. There's only one Green Lantern, and it's me." About high grades, about $600. Of course, Nathan Fillion will be playing Guy Gardner. I don't know what your thoughts are on this book, or on Guy Gardner, but I kind of like him because he's like an asshole. I don't know. I don't like that.
I really enjoy him. I just wish I enjoyed the actor more. Sorry.
There you go. There you go. A 9.0 sold for $900, which is a 5% increase. And I don't really go over all of them, but I will show you the lower grade, the 4.0, sold for $255, which is 14% higher than its average. Guy Gardner's intro makes the list for the third time in 2025 as the Superman movie approaches and another trailer is expected to drop. It already dropped. All right. And I enjoyed the trailer. I'm really excited about this movie and nervous at the same time. It's a weird feeling.
Yep.
Omega Man number 3. Of course, we already went over this. It was on the trending 20. And this is the first appearance of Lobo, obviously. Transactions for this week. A 9.8 sold for $406, 31% increase. And 9 copies in a 9.8 outsold the average this week. The 9.6 sold for $180. Well, you know what? Me and Glenn, we talk about this every week. But the difference in the money between a 9.8 and a 9.6 is insane to me. I don't know.
It can be triple. It can be triple.
Yeah.
I've seen it as much as 10 times on some books.
Yes, like a bigger key.
The only time that I think we've seen that fairly, right, is when it is so hard to get the 9.8.
Yes, like Solar 10. Completely
like
black cover that's
right. Great example. Right, you look at the
number 1
census and there's 3 9.8s. You know, like
there's some of them that are notorious for that, like Century issue 1, Amazing Spider-Man 301.
Yes.
Yeah, like if it's going to be a first time on the census, like take Swamp Thing 37 Canadian price variant. There isn't a 9.8. I own a 9.6, but there is no 9.8. So it's the first one that gets there is going to be expensive.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Could you imagine if someone submits a 9.8 of something for a 9.8 of something, and they're like, "Yeah, it's gonna be great," and it comes back a 9.9. They're like, "Oh,
woo!" They're gonna have to party. They're gonna be popping open champagne, and woo!
Yeah, they're gonna be like, "I'm selling this to the men."
Here you go. This is a book, and I'm gonna tell people right now before we start talking about this book. You better get this book now if you want it.
Yeah.
Because once they do a movie that Miles Morales is in, you're not going to be able to afford this book unless you got a lot of money.
Yep.
Ultimate Fallout 4, first appearance of Miles Morales as Spider-Man, the death of Peter Parker. It was distributed in a polybag, and Diamond Comics distributors estimated that there were 65,000 copies of the first printing that were shipped. It's number 8 on the list this week. I guess raw, it's about $300 in a high grade. A 9.8 sold for $1,050 this week, which is up 11%. And 5 copies, 9.8 copies outsold the average this week.
Starting a rebound. There's also no 9.9s of that.
I know. And I guess it's because of that poly bag, and look at the dark cover.
Yeah.
And he got the Javik variant was a 1 of 25, a 9.6, sold for $4,000. in a 9.6. Second printing by Pichelli in a 9.8 sold for $125. Second printing of Mark Bagley's that went for 108 in a 9.8 sold for 186. The second printing Bagley 9.6 sold for 95. You know, I might be able to afford a second print, but one of these days I'm gonna try to get this book. I should try to get it this year, but I'll have to save for it. It says right here, I like what it says. This should become as no surprise, as this issue went absolutely bonkers during the secondary market boom of 2021 and 2022. And alongside, hold on a minute, guys, I got a call coming in. Let me.
Do you have this issue, Cliff? I assume you did.
I do somewhere. And
I'm back.
Well, there you go.
My cousin luckily is here, so I just had him call my dad back. So if there's an emergency, I can leave and we'll deal with it then. All right, let's go back. So yeah, I need this book. I've been wanting this book for a while, but I don't know if one of you guys can find me a good deal. Maybe I could. I don't know. I'll start. You know what I need to do? I'll ask you guys what you think. Should I start like setting aside for it after Heroes Con and like, you know, just like set it aside? Like I'm going to put this for this book. And maybe then somebody can help me find a copy. So I don't know.
Well, right. What if it's the book you buy at Heroes Con?
It could be. I didn't have it on the list, but actually I might be added to the list because, you know, I was on my list was Captain America 117 and Glenn's got a copy of it for me. So that problem's solved. All right. Let's get on through here. That's a lot of information. Look at all the information on that book. It says proven time and time again by analyzing data, values of many key issues benefit from the enthusiasm for the hobby that was uniquely noticeable during the shutdown of conventions. Yep. All right. Here's a book that I want one day too, because I'm collecting the Secret Wars. Marvel Superhero Secret Wars, number 8. This is the origin of the black symbiote costume. Second appearance of Spider-Woman, Julia Carpenter. And correct me if I'm wrong, this is a Mike Zeck cover.
Mm-hmm.
9.8 sold for $565, which is a 17% increase. You can get it high grade raw, maybe for like 180, but I would say more reasonably 150. What do you say, Glenn?
I'm seeing it a lot on Whatnot, going for about 125 to 150.
Okay, yeah, that's. I always think that Key Collector kind of goes a little high on stuff, but that's just my opinion, I guess. 9.8 sold for $565 this week. It's a 17% increase. 3 9.8 copies outsold the average. The newsstand 9.8 sold for $1,800. Jesus, which is a 79% increase. Is it safe to say that somebody overpaid for that book? All right.
Possibly.
Yes. A 9.6 sold for $300, a 14% average. 5 copies in a 9.6 outsold the average. A 9.6 newsstand sold for $400, which is 11% increase. And a 4.0 sold for $100, which is a 10% increase from 91. All right. Next up, we have Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 1. That's a very cool cover, if you ask me. First team appearance of Sinister Six, Dr. Octopus, Kraven, Vulture, Electro, Mysterio, and Sandman. Third appearance of Kraven, Vulture, Electro, Mysterio, and Sandman. This was also reprinted in Marvel Tales 150. Character profiles of Doctor Doom, the Lizard, and others. Additional pages explain how Spider-Man's powers and gadgetry work. Number 6 on the list. In a high grade, it's about $6,000. Transactions from this week that sold for higher than the previous 12-month average, 6.0. And this comic sold for $1,875, a 6% increase. On the lower end, we have a 1.8 that sold for $350. A 9.4, here you go, Glenn, this is for you. A 9.4 Canadian price variant sold for $21,600 with no previous sales on record.
Yep. It's square bound too.
Okay.
It's really hard. It cracks a lot on the spine.
Like those 100-page giants they used to make for DC, the spine always cracks. Next up, we've seen this book once before on the 20 list. The first solo ongoing, Origin of Silver Surfer, Origin of the Watchers. First appearance of Shalabal. Still about $1,500 in high grade. Number 5 on the list, the 9.0, sold for $3,500, only a 3% increase. A 1.8 sold for $300, so that's number 6 on the list. Next up, we have Uncanny X-Men 94. I've been wanting this book, but I don't know that I can afford it. Maybe one of these days. Maybe if I knock over a 7-Eleven or something.
This is not one of the. I was gonna say it's not too hard to get this.
No, I know, but I mean,
again, it's like it's like one of those. All right, I'm setting money aside for this one.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, that's what I'm going to have to do when I've kind of got almost as far as I can get on just uncanny issues that don't cost a lot. You know what I mean? Second team appearance of X-Men that debuted in Giant Size X-Men number 1. Second appearance of Storm, Nightcrawler, Colossus, and Thunderbird. Fourth appearance of Wolverine. The first appearance of Dragonfly. 8.5 sold for $1,150. It's a 21% increase. And 3.0 sold for $290, which is 12%. Well, I mean, I could get a 3.0 or something, Cliff. You know what I mean? Like, I'd be happy with that.
Or even a 5.0.
Yeah.
They're at an all-time. I mean, they're low for what that book is.
Yeah.
It's low right now.
But
for it
also,
being the second appearance,
there's nothing really happens in that issue. There's nothing. It's their second appearance. That's it. So that's really people overlook it often, and that makes it a great purchase.
Yeah. Yep. So you know what? We may be adding this to the list, Cliff. For Heroes Con.
Hey, my copy's 6.5. So that's
I feel like this is one of those books where you have wiggle room, where people don't seek it enough because it's not enough of a key on its own. Even the Death of Thunderbird goes for more than this usually.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, let's go on to the next one.
Add it to the list.
Add it to the list.
You're gonna put them in the poorhouse.
That's okay. It's okay, Chicklin. I'm already in the poorhouse, buddy.
Yeah.
All right. That's number 4 on the list.
Speaking of evergreen books, the next one.
Yeah. This one's never going away.
Amazing Spider-Man. And people, this is one of the books that people overpay for more than any book I've ever seen.
Or for real. Because that 2,700 is insane.
Amazing Spider-Man 300. And this is the first full appearance of Venom.
Yep.
Number 3 on the list this week. And Cliff, I don't know if you've been noticing on Key Collector app, this book has been on the list for like 3 straight months.
Yes, of course.
It got a high grade, about 6, maybe 500. What do you say? You could probably get it for 450 or 400 if you haggle with somebody.
I'm sure. It better be looking pristine when you're.
Yeah, it better look like no ticks at all. It better look like it was unread.
Yep.
A 9.8 sold for $2,760. Only a 3% increase. So it don't look like people are overpaying for it now, but I've seen here on the last few weeks that people were. A newsstand 9.2 sold for $665. That's
people are absolutely insane, and people keep going on and on and on about how Venom has got to come to the Marvel universe.
Yeah. Okay. Moving along, we have this book's been on the list for 3 months too.
Yeah.
Amazing Spider-Man 129. Now this is one of those books where I'm like, you know what? I'll have to go get a really low grade copy of this one. Amazing Spider-Man 129. The first appearance of Jackal. Nobody else is in it. Forget about the other guy. No, I'm just kidding. First appearance of Punisher. That's the reason you want this book. That's the reason I would want this book. And it's a badass cover. Very cool, iconic cover. When I think of comic book collecting over the years, when I think of the Bronze Age, I don't know about you, but this is one of the books that I see in my head when I think of the Bronze Age.
Very much.
So, high grade, about 2K. Yeah.
I prefer 122 a little more, but
yeah. Oh yeah, okay. I feel you. A 9.6 sold for $6,300, which is a 1% increase. So it's like the needle's not moving a lot, but I don't know who this person was here, but an 8.0 copy sold for $2,369, which is a 31% increase. The average was $1,814.
This is harder in higher grade because of the yellow.
Four copies of a 7.5 outsold the average, so they went for about 1,700. And there you go. Of course, Daredevil Born Again. It's just that and the Fantastic Four trailers and the Lobo stuff. It's just like the gift that keeps giving for speculators, I guess. But the question I have is, and it kind of bothers me, Cliff, being I know you're a fellow Superman fan. The Superman movie's coming out. Everybody's excited about it. And still, I hardly ever see a Superman book on these lists.
Yeah. But don't worry. If that movie's phenomenal, all of a sudden.
Yeah. And some of those books, some of the keys in the Superman are very pricey, though, if you want to get into the big keys.
Yeah, but all the ones pertaining to the movie have barely budged.
Yeah, that's true. You're right. The next up, the last one on the list, Amazing Spider-Man issue 1. Now, I mean, there's not much to say about this book. In a higher grade, it's about $82,000. This is, of course, the second appearance of Spider-Man, the first appearance of J. Jonah Jameson, and the first meeting Spider-Man and the Fantastic Four. It's also the first appearance of Chameleon, Dimitri Smerdyak, blah, 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 half-brother of Kraven the Hunter. Okay. This is number 1 on the list. There's been a 7.5 sold for $34,800. That's a 14% increase. A 6.0 sold for $19,200, a 3% increase. Go down here to the bottom, and a 4.0 sold for $13,000, 28% increase, and a 3.0 sold for $8,400. Also in April, a 3.5 sale of $9,250 outsold the $8,361 12-month average. The most abundant grade of Amazing Spider-Man 1 is a 3.0, which there are 408 copies, basic universal copies, unsigned, unrestored on the census.
My buddy just got a 6.0 raw for $6K. Like he scored big time, absolutely big time.
I got a mid grade for around 200. Oh,
not very nice.
You might have meant the book before that.
Oh, possibly. If it's ASM 1, you
rob somebody.
You hit the jackpot. Go buy a lottery
ticket. Okay. Anyway. Okay, so we're almost at the end here. And guys, I have to say this is one of my favorite. Okay, go ahead.
Well, no, because go ahead and say what you're going to say, but I have something that I want to talk about.
Uh-oh.
Okay, well, you want me to go through the last segment real quick, and then we'll do it?
I was waiting for like a breath to be like, I want to come back to something, mister, and just let's go.
I just want to do out of context panels of the week. My favorite segment. I don't know if I did good this week, but sometimes it's hard to pick like the good ones. We got a comment. He was talking about the ASM 300. Okay, yeah, I can see that. All right. That's still pretty good. You did pretty good there, I think. First out of context panel. A few minutes later, I drugged Uncle Horatio's nightly orange juice. Ooh, okay.
Oh, no. Uncle Horatio. Oh,
next up, we have Jimmy Helson is always up to hijinks, right, Cliff?
Jimmy is the one here?
Right here. I'm married to a Supergirl. Wow. Terrific. And Supergirl's thinking, thank goodness I broke the news to him gradually. Otherwise, the shock might have been too much. I might need some help reading some of these, though, because sometimes like with the on my screen, there's like a timer and everything at the top. Next one. Okay. Later, at the last light of the motel, winks out. Slap, slurp.
Oh, my God.
That's a weird motel. That's a very weird motel, guys.
That's not a weird motel. Especially for a motel.
Yeah, that could be like a truck stop motel. That could be one of the lot lizards.
Well, that's like a lot lizard, but the slurping and slapping after the lights are out. I mean, I don't feel like it's a surprise.
I don't believe
it's a Bates Motel.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody's polishing something.
Oh, I'm polishing something.
Holy smoke. She's spraying us with a brown substance to give us freckles. Sure. Don't you want to look like Jimmy Olsen as much as possible? No, I don't want to look like Jimmy Olsen.
I'll tell you what, the first guy on the left is adorable. The next two are a disaster.
I know. They don't look like Jimmy Olsen, really.
The first one looks maybe even better than Jimmy.
Yes. Okay, here we go. Next one. This is kind of weird because he's like, can you read the top part, Cliff? I can't read that. I'll let you read it.
Gigantic hairy thing dots down the network from beyond the mountain ridge. Its 8 huge spiny legs carry it at breathtaking speed. Wagner screams, Buckley, look out! It's a giant spider!
You know what, though? That's why I put this on the list, though, guys. Did he really have to yell, look out? It's a giant spider. Look at it. It's heading right at him. You can't miss it.
Right. Like, it's facing you. I don't like, how much more do we need to discuss that?
Well, maybe inside's Captain Obvious. He's the superhero that makes sure.
Maybe he is. Maybe he's having the Captain Obvious moments.
If you all lie down, I'll take care of you.
First of all, Archie is a known pervert. So, like, I'm not even sure that this is out of context.
And let me tell you, Superman's girlfriend, Lois Lane, Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen, and Archie Comics and Golden Age Wonder Woman are a gold mine for out-of-context panels. All right. Next one.
Sure.
I think this is 10-10. Well, that solves my problem for tonight. Hiya, gang. Hi, come on in. The water's fine. I can't believe that was in a comic book, but, whatever.
Well, is this super old Archie? Is that what this is from?
I don't know, but I was like, what the hell? I don't know what it is.
Well, yeah, I don't know, but that looks like old ass, I'm not part of Archie Comics yet, Archie.
Yeah, it does. And the next one is like another guy that's good for weird stuff is like some of the dialogue in the old Submariner comics from back in the day. Just look at this one. But swift as frightened shark, the weird swimmer easily eluded his pursuers, hampered as they were by the heavy, cumbersome diving suits and helmets. Mm-hmm. And Namor says, great pickled penguins. Well, I don't know what a pickled penguin is, but I've never seen such horrible-looking creatures. They must be mechanical robots. Sent down here to capture me. Well, they'll never take me alive. The question I have is, why would a robot need a diving suit and helmet? That's all I want to
know. There's so many questions. There's so many doors that we don't need open.
Yeah, I don't think we need to pull at that thread too much, Cliff.
No, it's very concerning. It's very concerning.
The next one, yes, I locked up the narcotics, but not until after I had taken several grains of morphine and hidden the tiny tablets in the hem of my uniform.
There is everything. Look, the door says narcotics. Everything of it. This page is off the chain, even if I understood the context.
I know. That's all right, Kevin.
Kevin, the important part is you're with family.
That's right. That's right. That's what it matters. I was with my family earlier today. Nothing wrong with that. You don't need to apologize. Next one. Tried to contact you, couldn't. New planet discovered. Lifespan can be prolonged for centuries there. Entire population of Earth has rocketed to planet. Sorry we couldn't take you with us. Farewell. They just ghosted him, dude.
That's the best Dear John letter I've ever read.
Yeah, that just to me looks like the end of an episode of The Twilight Zone.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. Now he's gonna have time to do whatever he wants because there's nobody there. And then he drops his reading glasses, and there was time to read.
I don't feel that bad for that dude because he will find large print books, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's true. He could find a big, large print book. Maybe he can learn to read Braille. What you need is a woman who can take you in hand, young man. Okay. Maybe you're right. Well, I'm willing if you're the woman. All right. Okay. Somebody, Cliff, can you read this one? I need to get a drink of water.
Until the de-evolutionary radiation of the fake hourglass you touch transforms you into protoplasmic slime, the source of all life, my special gloves protect me from that fate. Ha ha ha! I have performed the task you assigned just now, sire. Ha ha ha! Well done, Glorith. Of course, I know this comic book. I own this comic book. I understand the context.
Well, I didn't. It looks like somebody just splooged on the floor.
Yeah, pretty much. But no, like Glorith is trying to like de-age the Legionnaires as like part of her task for the time trapper, you know, but she fails, so he does the de-evolution on her, you know. Little does he know, it's just the beginning of a saga in which Glorith wants her revenge. Oh, Kevin.
Yeah. Kevin, like, holidays can be like hard when you've lost a loved one like that, especially like a parent. So I understand, man. My stepdad, who I love like my own dad, you know, he passed away about 5-6 years ago. So, and Christmas, he loved Christmas, and that Christmas just isn't the same anymore. Like, you know what I mean? So I understand. My heart goes out to you, man. I understand. I wouldn't know what to do about my mom. My mom is like my rock, you know, but you guys know that. Yeah. Some little distance away, a man screaming in terror, Nikki, chica, chica. Okay. I don't know. I just thought it was odd. She's in there bathing with a monkey watching her like a pervert. All right. Love you, Kevin. Love you, buddy. Next one. I got quite a few of this list. We got a few left there. Your hairline is, I can't really read this one. I don't know why I put it on here. Oh, hold on. I know what to do. Your hairline is open to many critical eye. Have your hair trimmed and shaped regularly. Okay, good advice, I guess. I don't know why I put this one on here. Let's just move on. I think we've come far enough. Smack. Okay, I know they're not all winners. I'm not proud either of it. All right. The next time I get involved in a love affair, I hope it's on my own. I hope it's my own. Okay. Is she talking about a little self-love here? That's why I took it out of context. All right. Next one, maybe I just have a dirty mind, I guess. Then how about now? Will you walk over to the monkey cage with me? I have homework to do. Homework with the monkeys? Okay. Perhaps he found the trail of, wait, what's that sound from the woods? Like a beast breathing. I don't think it's a beast. I think you got somebody in there.
Oh, no, it's a beast. It's the beast with two backs.
What's up, lady? Oh, thank heavens you came, officer. My butler's dead.
Yeah, you hear that all the time.
Yeah, of course. Next one. Take it easy, Mr. Satan. I didn't mean to be so rough.
Huh.
Next one. I don't know what this book's from. Okay, it says Biffo the Bear. Let's ambush Uncle Biffo as he comes out of his work. Biffo's mini factory. And the last one on the list was sent to me by Legion of Comics last night. He said, you got to put this one on the list. So I saved it for last because it is kind of funny. You know, he's been reading all the Turoks. He got this from Turok. I can't, what's it say? Can you read that one? I can't really make it out.
Go skin your meat, Andy.
And there you go. That's out of context panels of the week. And that's our last segment. So, Cliff, you got something to say?
The Fantastic Four. No, don't zoom in on me. This is a discussion topic. The Fantastic Four trailer. Why do you have mixed feelings? Let it out. I want to know.
Well, look, I'm fine with Shallow Ball, but I would have liked to have seen, if we're doing the first Fantastic Four movie in the MCU, which this is, the other ones don't count as MCU, I'm assuming.
Right.
Why are we not using the real Silver Surfer?
Yeah, I honestly, I can't get over that, but she looked good, you know. It's not necessarily her story, so.
Well, I don't have a problem with Shallow Ball. My problem is more, you said she looks good. I think it was if you put it side by side with the Silver Surfer from, what was it? The back in 2004 or 2005?
2007.
Yeah. I don't think it looks any better. I think it actually looks worse.
I don't think it looks worse, but I think it looks the same. I thought when she was surfing through that wave of energy, I thought that looked cool. I mean, she looks cool. She's even I, okay, think, why on earth are we doing Shallow Ball? And lots of people on the defending side are like, Cliff, it's for something different. I was like, I know, but we never got fully satisfied with our first turn with Silver Surfer. We got dicked around by him. Give me the real deal, you know?
I agree. But
so that's how I feel. But that doesn't mean that I didn't think she looked good or sounded good. I thought she had a perfectly good, menacing, ethereal voice. Like, your planet is doomed and there's nothing you can do.
I do have one thing, an interesting point to make on this, but it's not about that. I want to know one thing, though. You have a scene in the movie where the Thing has got a big chain. He's pulling a ship through the harbor, through the water.
Yeah.
There's a similar, almost exact scene in the new Superman movie where he's doing that.
Yeah.
So
it's just what strong heroes do. Strong heroes just rescue ships. You know?
I know, but did somebody copy them, or is it just happenstance?
Oh no, it's probably homage to. It's been what? I think somebody put it on Facebook where they did it through about 7 movies of people that have used it before. So it's just that. I mean, it's a trope.
That's true. It's a trope. It's something you always see with super strong characters.
Well, I was gonna say typical superhero trope: catching somebody falling out of a building.
Yep.
Pull using your super strength to pull in a ship. The only one that's tropey but has only been done once in a movie is catching a damn plane. Superman Returns is like, we're catching the damn plane.
The other thing that I mean, they didn't make it look like Reed Richards, and again, this could be just because of the trailer, but they didn't make it look like Reed Richards was the leader of the Fantastic Four. They made it look more like Sue's the leader of the Fantastic Four.
And maybe she is.
Maybe.
That's not
like when you're married. Who's the real boss? Who's the real boss in a marriage?
Yeah, there's a lot of people who were hypersensitive about it being too much about her. And I was like, I don't think that's like something natural. Someone even went and was like, oh man, look at the way they congratulated her on being pregnant and then crapped all over Reed. And I was like, come visit my family. Come visit my family. You know, I'm like, that ain't nothing new around here. You know?
Sure, but here's the thing. It's more to do with comic people want it to be more accurate to comics, number one. Number two, they don't need movies to be real life. It's escapism. It doesn't necessarily have to reflect everything in life. That's right. I'm not saying good or bad. All I'm saying is I'm just bringing it up. I'm not saying no,
but I'm going to say, like, I have enough objectivity to allow room for changes, right?
Sure.
So I'm saying they need, because they want to appeal to more than just the comic fans, you know, which would be natural. Mm-hmm. They want to make money. So yes, you got to make it relatable. It doesn't have to be exactly like real life. It has to be relatable. But I do feel like they're kind of, for some time now, they've really lost touch trying to strike the proper chord between relatable and also having good movie synergy. And, you know, I don't know. I just feel like it just went over. The minute Disney purchased these properties, it immediately went overboard. And they should have just focused on what was already working, which was finding great talent to make unique movies, etc.
Tell a great story. The rest, the chips will fall where they may.
The woman who did the Marvels, she gave a very fair interview, and she said in a non-derogatory way, "Hey, the Marvels wasn't quite the movie I set out to make. You know, the studio had ideas, and there's a lot about making movies the Marvel way." And she said it was just a learning experience, etc. Right? But everyone who's seen her new movie, The Sinners, is like, "Oh my God, this movie's amazing." And like, so everyone's talking, everyone I know who's seen The Sinners, they can't shut up about it. They're going back to see it again. And basically people are talking about like, well, she obviously should have made the Blade movie. So, I mean, it's interesting when you hear people talk in a very, you know, where they don't want to, they're trying to be honest, but they don't want to stir the pot. But like, that was her language. Everything was very, I don't want to stir the pot, but clearly I was, you know, we're supposed to do things a certain way, and I had to learn how to do things that certain way. And oh, what a learning experience it was for me. But also the undertone is, yeah, they came in, they intruded on my shit, and they stepped all over it.
Now you're talking the director, not
the director. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
I just wanted to make sure. I was like, I thought you were talking about Brie Larson, because I'm like, Brie Larson's pretty bland for me. She's like,
I thought the chemistry of the three leads for that movie was great. I know a lot of people were upset about the musical number. What upset me was the damn cats. The cats is what pissed me off. The cats was the straw, was the last straw for me.
Weird.
I love that movie. I own that movie. I rewatched that movie. It's the damn cats that gets me every single time. But the women bonding, and you know, I know people like, it's convenient for the plot that they have a device to link their minds, but I think that's a very powerful way to help expedite them bonding. You know,
but everything doesn't need a MacGuffin.
No, but you know what? I thought it was a clever MacGuffin. Well, no, right. There is the MacGuffin. What's her name has she wants the power of the quantum bands. But I thought it was very clever to use a device that we've already seen in the first film and come back to it to give them this shared moment. And, you know, this lovely sense of understanding, and Kamala being the one like, "Oh my God, you were alone, you were abandoned." And it's like, "All right, we're gonna hug." And then just like, I just thought that was really sweet and really well done. And for me, from my experiences, even a little bit, you know, natural. And then
you can like stuff that everybody else doesn't. That's
yeah. Well, clearly, because like, damn, do people stomp on that movie? I was like, wait. There's still Madam Web.
But there's people that like. There's people that like. What do you call Bart Blart Mall Cop or whatever. I don't like that, but people like that too. So I mean, just let people like what they like. I don't care.
You know, Pilsner raised a point though. Like, that's what screwed up DCU as well. The executives.
Yeah.
Well, Paul Levitz once said he hoped that Warner Brothers would never realize that they own DC Comics. And he was right. And he was right.
Well, Disney kind of went down after they got rid of who was it that was part of Marvel?
Casada?
No, not Casada. I'm not talking in the comics. I'm talking in the movies.
You mean Perlmutter?
Perlmutter, yeah.
Yeah, but he was only in charge of the TV.
I know.
You know, listen, Mark tries to give him a lot of credit too. I do not know. I never liked the guy in my life. every interaction I've ever had with him in person, I hated. I often didn't hear nice stories about him. He's the reason Wolverine stayed dead for 5 years. He's the reason you couldn't find a Fantastic Four book for years. You know, again, he was trying to stick it to Fox. And to some degree, I guess I understand that. And even now, I definitely feel that that Marvel is trying to stick it to Sony. You know, and that's why they have guidelines to not allow Spider-Man to grow or flourish in Amazing Spider-Man. But I don't know. I don't know if, despite my dislike of him, he really had the talent to make things work. He's the reason Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. never got to play with the MCU. You know, so like, which is a shame because those people worked really hard, and now at the end of the day, all of that storytelling is, oh, it's just part of the multiverse.
Well, we were talking about this earlier, and it's the fact that it's how do I describe this? It's they were just the TV, you're right, was sort of their own thing. They tried to weave it in, but they, just sprinkle it in, but it was a one-sided sort of thing. It was, we're going to sprinkle in movie stuff, and we don't give a damn about the TV stuff. But I don't know. I liked Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I actually thought it was.
I did too. I love that show.
I don't know. It's tough to say. I don't know what.
But they just abandoned that show, man. They just left it for dead. So they ended up doing.
They did.
And I love the characters like the Daisy character, Quake. I loved her. I love that actress. Bobby Morse, the woman that played Bobby Morse, she's on the Orville. Love that woman. She's amazing.
Love her.
Very beautiful woman. Very good actor. And
listen,
of course,
I would love to see her interacting with freaking Hawkeye.
That would be wonderful. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like they should have played that in, and that was his wife instead of the way they went. I think, even though they made his wife an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. too, that was retired, but I think it would have been more like symmetry because that is his actual wife was in the Marvel universe, and but when it comes to like the Fantastic Four and the Superman movie, I'm excited, like I said, and nervous at the same time. So,
I'm more nervous for Superman.
I'm more nervous for Superman as well.
Yeah, I think Fantastic Four might knock it out of the box. You only need to sell one very powerful and important thing with the Fantastic Four, and that is they are a family.
Yeah,
Well, that and a good villain.
And
you need a good villain,
right? And if Surfer and Galactus are going to represent the villains, it's a fairly solid story to go with. So I think that one might just stick the landing. And people are nitpicking over every little thing in the press. Oh, whoa, Johnny's not a womanizer. Johnny straight up doesn't even need to be a womanizer. He
just needs to be cocky and arrogant and give
right.
Ben
and it looks like he's got cocky and arrogant nailed. So
we got to let him give Ben Grimm a hard time.
Right. And Ben is 100% hero, and of course everything they've shown us is 100% hero. With that little edge of self-loathing, right?
My only thing about Ben Grimm is I wish his voice was a little bit deeper and gravelier.
You are definitely not the first person to say that to me. And in the meantime, I have never given so much thought to Ben Grimm's voice in my life. I'm like, this is not bad. I enjoyed this. I'm just fine. But I will say this: I absolutely adored Michael Chiklis' thing. Adored him.
Sorry, I'm distracted. I'm watching Rhea Ripley take Io Sky apart right now.
Now, with that said, what I'm afraid of with Superman is it's too many plots, too many characters. It's trying to do too much. I'm really afraid that it's trying to do too much.
I'm with you on that. It's gunnified, and the other thing is everything is gun. What's it start with? The trailer, a James Gunn movie.
Yeah,
a James Gunn this. Okay, great. How about make Superman? Make Superman.
I don't want to change the subject, but I am completely infatuated with Rhea Ripley. Sorry.
With what?
Rhea Ripley.
Wrestler.
The wrestler.
Oh, okay. You lost me. I'm like, I know nothing.
She's the one that was like with Dominic Mysterio. Hey, Missy Mars.
Hey, it doesn't need to be a what James Gunn does well is multiple ensemble casts. He does that very well.
Yeah,
Superman is Superman for the basis of your 3 main people, your trinity of DCU, shouldn't be an ensemble cast. I'm with you, Cliff.
You know, like I don't know. We all have different things. I would have Lois Lane in full on Pulitzer Prize mode. I'd have Jimmy Olsen like still like quirky, right? But also full on, I'm a top fucking reporter and I like run through danger to get the shots, you know? Like that's how I would have Jimmy, you know? And they don't necessarily need to be rescued every 5 seconds, right? Because they are people who have decided to rush into danger to get the story because they believe in their heart in journalism and trying to tell the truth and having integrity. I feel that's a great core way to look at the two of them, right? And Perry, who's someone who absolutely comes from a place of integrity, but also like the Daily Planet is still a corporation. He still has people to answer to, and he has to negotiate telling the truth and dealing with a board of directors and all that bullshit, right?
Yeah.
I think that's a great modern lens to put them in, right? And then we can just tell our story, right? Because like I said, it's got to be relatable, but at the same time, then we gotta put a pin in that and then get to the story.
Sure.
And then of course, like the fact that we're in a modern era. There's still a print edition of the Daily Planet, but like that's not the bread and butter. The bread and butter is the online, so like there's all like that's just like
they have some kind of app or something,
right, like that's just an expectation.
The one thing I think they got right though, from what I've gathered from the trailer, is like they kind of pull at your heartstrings when he's like Papa Kent, and saving the girl, and the end of when like he's getting ready to obviously fight some whatever that is out there. And he's holding Lois's hand. Yeah, he's holding Lois's hand. And so from that glimpse, I mean, we can't really judge it yet because we don't know. But it seems like they got a good chemistry. And I watched that behind the scenes clip. Did you watch the little 2-minute clip?
I did, but I gotta be honest with you. I'm gonna give me the goddamn movie. Give me the goddamn movie.
Yeah.
Like, I can't. I was like, stop dicking around.
With Metamorpho, have they just used practical effects to make his suit or make him look like that?
It looks like it's a combination.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously there's a lot of practical effects that went into that, and I love that guy. So I hope he's an effective part of the movie.
I think both DC and Marvel need to use a little saying: "Show me, don't tell me."
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Right.
I also personally think they should all take a 2-year break, work on regular films, give us some fucking rom-coms and some bullshit, and then just be like, hey, do you remember this? And then just give us a banger movie. You know what I mean?
I will tell you that I know that he won't list this, but I beg James Gunn, please give me a buddy cop comedy movie starring Booster Gold and Blue Beetle.
That'd be beautiful. Although, be careful what you wish for because it will most certainly be the new Blue Beetle.
Yeah, you want Ted Cord. I want Ted Cord.
On the other hand, the end of the first Blue Beetle movie implies that they're going to find Ted. So if he finds Ted and Ted is actually hanging out with Booster Gold, and it's a double buddy cop movie where it's the two Beetles and Booster, I feel like I can handle that. I could live with that. I can live with it.
Yeah.
I can't comment on because I didn't watch the Blue Beetle movie.
I didn't watch it.
You gotta watch it because I gotta tell you, it's one of those. Well, you know what? Obviously, it's not gonna land the same for everybody, but it was definitely way better than I expected. And I was like, oh my god, George Lopez is actually good in this. I was like, it works for. He's the person he is works. This character he is works for this movie.
Well, guys, we can talk a little bit more backstage, but I'm going to end the show now. And but I'd like to appreciate everybody coming out again. Before I go, I got a giveaway coming up. I'm at 358 subs. getting ready to get on 400. So I got a massive giveaway. Look at this. That's for one lucky winner. We'll win some Alex Ross Marvels. Number 2, or yeah, Justice number 12.
I love that series.
Number 11.
Ooh.
Number 8.
Yay.
Extreme Venomverse number 5.
Oh, with Venom Jeff.
Yep. Savage Tales number 1 cosplay variant. Amazing Spider-Man 794 Avengers variant, West Coast Avengers variant. Guardians of the Galaxy number 1. I don't know what volume. Human Target, Tales of the Human Target by Tom King.
That was excellent.
I liked it. It was great. Extreme Venomverse number 3, Peach Momoko. Odd Street number 1 from Ghost Machine. Howling Commandos of S.H.I.E.L.D. number 1.
Oh.
Got a Black Widow Adam Hughes variant, or cover, not variant, cover A. And we got an Adam Hughes Alice Ever After, book 2. And last but definitely not least, we have Uncanny X-Men 261, first appearance of Hardcase and the Harriers.
That is the worst Psylocke Jim Lee has ever drawn.
Yeah. Well, don't say it. No, they'll enter the giveaway.
No, I know, but it's funny because like everyone talks about like they're like, "What do you mean, Cliff?" I'm like, "You need to look at that cover. It is bad. It is very bad."
Yeah, look at her face. That's what you call them. Butterface. Everything looks good, butterface.
Yep. It's full butterface.
All right, guys. Well, that's it for now. Cliff, you got anything going on you want to talk about before we go? On your channel.
The usual with the council, Monday at 8 Eastern, Wednesday at 8 Eastern, and Friday at 9 p.m. Comics and Cocktails with Lunch Money Comics.
Oh, okay. I'm going to be watching that one. I really like Mike.
Mike is great.
Glenn knows Mike too. He's talked to him. Glenn, tell us what you got going on. I know you got something going on Monday on your channel.
Yeah, tomorrow we've got bragging rights at 8. We've got the defending champion JSP 65 or JS Payne, and 2 newcomers that haven't been on before. So we're going to see exactly who comes out the winner, or if JSP becomes a 2-time champion and gets up there with Memo and Richard. And Richard will be back next week. So he's
recovering from his surgery. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
he's doing really well. So we'll see
and
him back
after Glenn's show. Remember, our friend Random Reads, Kevin, has his trivia show at 9:00. It's a real fun time. Can't wait to see what we have in store for that one. And again, one more time, I will tell you what I got going on tomorrow at noon Eastern. Bad Cinema, and we'll be reviewing Death Race 2000, starring David Carradine and Sylvester Stallone. And it's a Roger Corman film. It's campy, it's crazy, it's wild, it's fun. And then Tuesday, I should have my head examined, even though I love Bubs, but he can be kind of an agent of chaos like you, Glenn. He'll be my guest on Comic Conversations at 8 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday. And I like Bubs though. He's real cool. He's a good person in the community. So everybody, thanks for showing up. Thanks for watching, even if you're watching the replay. And Santa says bye. Garfield says bye. Until next time, true believers, excel.
Come, son of Jarrell! Kneel before Zod! Snitchy boochies.